again, lovelies. Yes, I'm here to do the 10 non-yarny things about me. I've been watching other people's, and the latest one I watched was Christina, Bella Uncinetto. I'll put her link below. If you're not part of her lovely Yarny family, you should be. So pop over there, go and watch a few of her videos and subscribe to her channel and give her a few thumbs up if you can. That would be lovely. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I've had quite a few just lately, and I really am not far off 500 subbies. So it's getting exciting. So I've got to tell you 10 non-yarny things all about me. Now, you might find this utterly boring because I really don't think I'm that interesting, but it's always good to, I suppose, give people a little bit more information about you and who you are, where you've come from maybe, and what you like, without giving up too much information away. So I came into this world in Singapore. I was born in Singapore in the 60s. My dad was in the RAF, and my brother was already here. He was 6 years older than me. He was born in Ramsgate in Kent. And yeah, Mum and Dad got posted to RAF Tenga in Singapore, and I was born there. I was there for about 18 months, I think, before we came back to the UK. And I have been back to Singapore since. When I was born in Singapore, it was a very different place. The drains used to stink, the water was dirty, it wasn't the best. The food was good, but you had to be very careful where you ate. You didn't have the spotlessly clean conditions that you've got now. We've been back to Singapore. My hubby took me back to Singapore, and it was one of the most amazing holidays we have ever had. Singapore is very safe, incredibly safe. It's spotlessly clean. It's illegal to have chewing gum over there, and I believe they've got the death sentence as well. So if you're caught with drugs, if you murder, then yeah, you want to behave yourself when you're in Singapore, but you don't. You feel so safe at night over there. It's lovely, lovely people, lovely culture, and the food, you've never tasted food like it. I know we have Chinese and everything in this country. We've got all the cuisines in this country, but it is nothing like what you get in Singapore, in Hong Kong. We've been to Hong Kong as well. We've been to Malaysia. The food is so different. And that's another thing about me. I love food. I like cooking too. Yes. So I have also lived in Wales, Germany and England. After coming back from Singapore, I think we were in England for a little while, and then we moved to the island of Anglesey in North Wales, and that's where I first went to school. Lovely, lovely memories of my school, Roscollin on Anglesey. And Mum and my grandparents lived with us then too. My happiest childhood memories, because my granddad used to take me for rides around the garden in the wheelbarrow. Granny and my mum used to do all the catering. They ran a guest house. We lived in a big house with lots of land, and my granddad, but I called him Bamps, he used to grow all the vegetables and the fruit in the garden. We used to get the nuns come round, and they used to bring beautiful clothes and hand-knitted jumpers and things, which Mum used to buy off them for me. And you know, all the tradesmen and that used to come, the coal man, you know, the meat man, the farm around the back used to give us eggs over the fence, and pheasants and chickens and dead rabbits. Oh, I didn't like the dead bunnies. No. But my dad always used to give me the bunny tail for good luck. So yeah, they were my happiest childhood memories there. Then after Wales, we moved to Germany for 3 years, and we did so much travelling when we lived there, all over Europe and that, and Bavaria, and it was lovely. And then back to England. What else about me? So that's 2 things, born in Singapore and where else I've lived. I have 3 children of my own, and my husband has 2 children of his own, so we have 5 between us, and we've got 2 granddaughters. I used to work, number 4, I used to work in a craft shop, and it did everything, this shop. And I have done many crafts over the years. I've done cross stitch, parchment craft, or other people might know it by pergamano. That's a certain make. It's a very expensive make, but it's where you emboss parchment paper and paint it. And glass painting I've done, calligraphy, stamping and card making and embossing, tea bag folding, quilling and papier-mâché, to name a few. But crochet is my favourite. I don't do any of the others now. I might do the odd little bit of quilling if I do a card. I've still got supplies. So once I get my craft room, my yarn barn sorted out upstairs, I think I will have a cupboard that's got all my crafty bits, so I can make a few cards and things. Yeah, and where I worked at the craft shop, this was when we lived in Berkshire. So we lived just between Maidenhead and Slough. And I was their favourite member of staff because we get paid on a Saturday afternoon. And before I went home that day, I would have spent all my money in the shop. That's why I worked there. That was my treat. That was my pin money. And they used to love it. But I used to get great discount, you know, if I bought stuff, because I always spent giving my wages back. My boss used to say, oh, go on, go and have a little bit more. It was lovely. Used to love it. I also sew. I can make clothes. I have a sewing machine, but it's gathering dust at the moment. Like I say, I've got nowhere to put it at the moment, but once I get my yarn barn, I'm going to have a sewing table as well, so that I can do little bits and bobs. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6. What else? I love to cook. As I said before, I love food. I love to cook. I just don't get the time to cook. What have I cooked? I've done a lot of French cooking. I've done a lot of Moroccan cooking, Chinese, of course Italian, good British cooking. I make a mean roast dinner. My Yorkshire puddings are like this, great big Yorkshire puddings. If I want to get around my hubby, I cook him a big roast dinner. I can usually get anything out of him then. What else? I don't mind baking, but I don't do so much now, because if I bake, I eat it. And that's not good. But yeah, I've made bread, I've done all sorts, pizzas, all kinds of different breads. And what haven't I? I haven't done any kind of Japanese cooking. I love sushi, but I can't be bothered to make it. I don't know, what other cuisines are there? Yeah, German cooking. When we, you know, I love German sausage and sauerkraut, and don't know what other cuisines there are. Done Chinese, yeah, Malaysian, yeah, Indian. Now my husband is the top Indian cook in this house. I don't bother cooking Indian anymore, apart from a quick midweek curry. A basic curry I'll do, but he cooks better Indian than the takeaway. We don't go for a takeaway. If we ever want an Indian, Bob will spend the weekend cooking, and oh, it's to die for. Anyway, this is about me, not him. Yeah, love to cook. I used to do amateur dramatics with my mum on stage. We used to do what's known in the UK, I don't know if you know it over the pond, Gilbert and Sullivan musicals, and that between the age of about 11 and 14, I used to go with my mum. And when we lived in Boston in Lincolnshire, and we were part of Boston Operatics, and we used to practice. I think we used to do one show in the winter and one show in the summer, and yeah, a couple of stage shows. Used to love it, all the dressing up and the singing, and yeah, that was good fun. 2 more things. Well, over 7 years, I have lost 11 stone in weight. I'm a very slow loser. And because I love cooking and I love life, and I will not give up everything. And if I want to drink, I will have one. If I want a cream cake, I will have one. But obviously it's a lot less now. I've found that my appetite has shrunk hugely. You know, I used to be a bit of a binge eater and not good. That's due to stuff that's gone on in my past, and I was an emotional eater. But not now. Not now. Oh, I can still, a family-sized bar of chocolate can still disappear in no time at all, but I just don't have it in the house, and I don't have it very often. I'll put some photos of me at the end of this video when I was the 11 stone bigger. But that's the old me. And I'm still me, still the same me underneath. I just wasn't able to move very much. And so, yeah, 11 stone. I have more to go. I've still got a long way to go. I would like to lose, if I could, what am I now? Let's see. If I could lose another 5 or 6 stone, I'd be happy. But I'm not in a rush, and I'll see where I get to. I'll know when I'm there, when I'm comfortable. But I would like a little bit more, and I'm quite happy. I do Slimming World, and I love it because it's so adaptable, and I can usually, because I'm pretty good at cooking, and I can usually adapt any recipe I find. If I want to make it Slimming World friendly, I can. So, and hubby will eat the majority of what I put in front of him. So, and of course the last one, I think you probably all know that I love cows, and my favourite colour is lilacs and purples. The reason I love cows is because when I was a little girl, we went to stay on a farm in Dorset. Was it in Dorset? I think it was in Devon. In Devon. And the farmer there had a cow called Sarah Jane. And my name is Sarah Jane. And the farmer came to me one day after breakfast, and he said, Sarah Jane, would you like to ride on Sarah Jane? And he sat me on the cow's back and took me around the field. And ever since then, I just adore cows. I love them. I'm a meat eater as well, don't get me wrong. But we've got a wonderful farm shop just outside Lewes in Sussex, where I live. And Opham Farm Shop, it's spelled O-F-F-H-A-M. Opham Farm Shop, and they have purebred Sussex cattle, purebred South Downs lamb. Not sure what the breed of pigs are, but they've got their own pigs, they've got their own chickens. So when I do buy meat, I buy damn good quality meat that I know where it's come from. I do buy some stuff from the supermarket. I buy my chicken thighs and things like that. But yes, that's the reason I love cows, because I had a ride on Sarah Jane the cow when I was a little girl. So that's it. That's my 10 non-yarny things about me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for keep coming back, seeing this old moo do her stuff. Take care of yourselves. Look after yourself. Look after your health. You must learn to put you first sometimes. You need to. Be kind always. You don't know what someone's walk in life is. You don't know what they're going through. We're all very good at hiding things. So if you can say a nice word, do it. Don't have your fights and your disagreements in public. Do it quietly and privately and sensitively. And take care. Just take care out there. And loads of love. Till the next time. Thank you for spending your time with me. Take care.